Hey, I'm Michael Goulian, air show pilot and Red Bull Air Race pilot under number 99. I live in Maynard, Massachusetts. We're here in my hangar today up in North Andover, getting ready to look at the Castrol Extra 300. This airplane is an aerobatic airplane that is meant to do nothing else other than to fly upside down, backwards, forwards, and astound crowds all over the planet, really. There's about 10 of these in the world. There's only 5 of them in the United States. This airplane is brand new to me. It was built in April, delivered to me in May, and started flying it right in May. So if you look into the cockpit, you'll see it's very much just like a race car. There's double sets of seat belts, not too many instruments, nothing in here other than what you need to fly an airplane. It's really, there's no creature comforts in it, more like a race car, meant to fly upside down more than anything else. The structure of the plane, if you look down on the inside, is very much like a NASCAR, where it's all steel tube. The airplane is incredibly strong. It's about 5 times stronger than any airliner you would get in. Essentially, you can't break this plane. The skin and the wing is all what they call carbon fiber, which is a very lightweight, fancy, high-strength fiberglass. The ailerons are what we use to roll the airplane around with. So if you look at my videos, if you go to MikeGoulian.com, you'll be able to see videos of this airplane flying, and some of the performance that you get out of it is because of these huge control surfaces like that. Also, the plane only weighs 1,190 pounds, and if you think about it, a small car weighs about 3,000 pounds, so very lightweight in comparison. It has a huge 6-cylinder engine up the front. It makes 350 horsepower. It has the propeller on it. In most airplanes, you'll see the propellers are metal, but not in these airplanes. In this airplane, the propeller is a very lightweight carbon fiber material. It flexes because we're really working the airplane very, very hard. So it's a very interesting part. And the propeller alone on the plane is worth about $35,000. It's a very expensive part of the airplane. It's one of the neat parts of the plane, actually. If you come back along, you can see you sit in it. You have a very beautiful canopy. So when we're flying aerobatics in the plane, when you're looking out over the wing at the sighting device, which tells us whether we're going vertical, straight up, 45 degrees, all that stuff. So everything that you do in this plane is done visually. It's not really done by looking at the instruments. The other part that's really cool on the plane is the tail surface. So when we're flying aerobatics, this tail surface is moving up and down pretty much to the extremes. From one end to, this is a nose up pitch moment, this is a nose down, and if you watch me videos of me flying, you'll see that I'm moving the controls very hard, very aggressively in all angles. And last but not least, everybody asks, is it dangerous? You know, it's a very dynamic 3D sport, very low to the ground, so there are some risks. One of the risks you think about all the time is if you have a bird strike, maybe you hit a bird with the airplane, or something breaks where you can sort of control the airplane at a high speed, but you can't really land it. And what we do in that case is we wear a parachute. So we have an emergency parachute that the FAA requires us to wear all the time. And just in case we had to, we can put the airplane in over a remote area where there's no houses and no people, bail out of the airplane. It's sort of like an ejection seat in jet, really. So anybody that hasn't really been to an air show, I encourage you to come. Quonset, Rhode Island has an amazing air show every June in Providence, Rhode Island. And if you want to have some fun, just follow along at MikeGoulian.com. We have updates there all the time, or go to RedBullAirRace.com and you'll see some cool video there too.